Now I know it's not my fault. It's my responsibility to end it. I'm gonna kill him.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So Arrow trailer for episode 10, teasing that we might see someone in the grave. I really think it's a big misdirect, but let's break it down. If there was any confusion, Arrow's coming back on the 20th, The Flash is coming back on the 19th, the day before that because it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday is episode 1 of Legends of Tomorrow. But let's talk about what happened to Felicity at the end of episode 9. The takeaway from the trailer is that someone still ends up in the grave and Felicity is getting wheeled into critical care. So if you were to take it literally, you're like, oh my god, she's going to be one in the grave. Oliver is going to finish this because she's dead and he's pissed off. Here's why I think that's bullcrap, because I think the trailer is just meant to get you hyped up and they're just using some misdirects. First reason why. The flash forward at the beginning of the season was 6 months. Arrow moves in real time, and unless they purposefully change that just to mislead us, that grave scene is still from the flash forward to 6 months, which would put it at the end of the season, like episode 22, episode 23, sometime in the last couple weeks of the season. So we're still a long ways away from that, so I'm not expecting anyone from this episode, episode 9, to end up in the grave. At best, I think what they're doing is a version of what they did with Oliver last season. Like, they made you think that he was dead, and then he was just out of commission for a couple of weeks. So what might end up happening is Felicity will just get sidelined for a couple of weeks, and Team Arrow will have to go on without her skills. But the thing is, number 2 big reason, they're bringing her father on the TV show. They've already said that he's going to be the calculator. It's Tom Amandes, I think I'm pronouncing his last name right. He's the dad from Everwood, like the really mean dad from Everwood. That is going to be the episode that they bring Colton back in. So Roy is going to be in that episode. The calculator will be controlling Roy, making him commit crimes, blackmailing him into committing crimes for him. Team Arrow is going to have to rescue him. So what better than to have an episode where Felicity gets to defeat her father? Big daddy issues episode. There is no one on Arrow that does not have daddy issues and wouldn't like one more chance to tell their fathers off. So I think she'll be back by the time that episode happens. I don't know exactly when that episode is dropping or, what the number is, but it'll be somewhere in the middle of the back half of the season. Number 3 big reason, there's no one else on Team Arrow that does her job, that has her skills. Sure, we have Mr. Terrific, but he's more of a background player. He's more of like the inventor character. He's not like the scientist that mans the computers. If anything, he would be out in the field with Team Arrow. Bronze medal decathlete. You don't sideline someone like that when they have the physical skills to go out and punch people in the face. So for all intents and purposes, Felicity is the Oracle of Team Arrow. I mean, they're not going to call her Oracle because I think Barbara Gordon is supposed to be on the Teen Titans TV show, which is still like way deep in development. There's really no news about that TV show, everyone that's wondering about it. But Felicity is the hacker who manages the flow of information using their crazy Cisco-designed computer networks. She is also the CEO of Palmer Tech, so she is where they get all of their money for their toys from. And she's already said that she does report to a board, so she still has to clear purchases with them, she still has to explain where millions of dollars are going. Now until Oliver gets his money back, it's still going to be Palmer Tech, and he's going to be mayor, so he does not have time to be in the corporate boardroom and manage that company. So there's really 2 big functions that Felicity has right now that can't be replaced immediately with other characters inside Team Arrow. So I really like what the writers did with her character in episode 9, where it's like, oh, everything's wonderful. And they pull the rug out from under him with this season 2 moment. Team Arrow has to scramble, so they're going to spend the next couple of episodes trying to deal without Felicity. So the big focus is learning about what Damien Darhk is doing with this mysterious cornfield, like this biological agent he's trying to disseminate, and keep Oliver from killing everybody he runs into. But that still doesn't address who ends up in that grave, and I really don't think that we're meant to know that yet. It's like the Zoom identity thing on The Flash. You're supposed to get a little bit of clues. They keep teasing the reveal that it might be someone that we know, but we probably won't find out till the last couple of episodes. The reason I keep thinking that it's Diggle or Quentin, we'll start with Quentin, because right now he's on the chopping block, is just because his role isn't quite as critical as the other Team Arrow members. Anybody could rise up and be police chief. Quentin isn't even really using the police department to help Team Arrow. He's just trying to not hurt them. But inside the group, he's really kind of like the old advisor. And honestly, how much advice has Quentin given Team Arrow that they haven't gotten from other characters that has been better? Quentin is really just a public figure in Star City in a position of authority that tries to help Team Arrow. And once Oliver becomes mayor, he will be that person himself. So Oliver, in a way, is kind of replacing Quentin's role in the narrative. Team Arrow, largely a shadow organization operating at night, defeating villains, needs someone during the day, the daylight, to help them, and that's who Oliver Queen is becoming. And also you have to think about Quentin aligning himself with Damien Darhk. There's going to be a big price to pay for doing that. Like, he made probably one of the worst decisions ever, even though it was the best one at the time. So that's going to bite him in the ass. And he went on to say that there is nothing that he would not do for his daughters, including lay down his life. So think about Quentin is doing the same types of things that Moira Queen did. Like, Moira Queen was happy to die for her children, even though it was a big WTF, everyone was screaming, crying, Oliver went crazy. So I think the same types of things are happening with the Quentin character. And Diggle, you could give any number of reasons why Diggle would be a really bad person to kill on Arrow. But if anything's gonna bite him in the ass, like if they want to go really dark, like do something really, really terrible, they would have his brother kill Diggle. But I think an even bigger WTF would be if Diggle himself had to kill his brother, vice versa. So even though Arrow doesn't have like quite the big, spectacle with special powers that the Flash does, they have actually like a number of big WTF story points that they can mine if they want to go really dark. And Arrow really is like the darker TV show. Flash is meant to be a little bit lighter, a little bit sillier. Arrow is like the dark crime drama, like The Wire done with superheroes, if any of you ever watched that HBO series. So let me know in the comments below. Big question for you guys. Do you think that the grave scene in this trailer for episode 10 is a complete misdirect? I just feel like thematically where they're taking all these characters, little clues are telling us that Felicity will come back, but somebody's definitely ending up in that grave. And the really interesting thing, like when you're thinking about what they're doing with the characters each season, the writers don't always know exactly what's going to be happening like every single episode. Sometimes they will change their plans in the back half. The Flash is the best example of that. The Eddie Thawne character, like the way he ended, they didn't intend for that to happen originally. They had other plans for the character. So between the start of the season and the end of the season, a lot of their plans for characters can change. But what's going to happen is there's a new Deadpool trailer that's coming really soon. There's also supposed to be one on Christmas Day, like a Deadpool trailer on Christmas Day, where there's like 3 different Deadpool trailers. One of them is going to be 3D in theaters. Like, there's a bunch of trailers that they're dropping with Star Wars next week in theaters. Just be sure to subscribe to get everything. I'll do videos for everything as soon as stuff drops. So it is going to be a really awesome, really busy week. Congratulations to the winner of this week's Reverse Flash Ring giveaway, Elliot Sutton. Be sure to private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact info. I wasn't super excited about the Independence trailer, so I'm not planning on doing a video for that. I'll probably do Batman v Superman next, or maybe Game of Thrones or Walking Dead or something like that. Just let me know in the comments what you guys want in terms of bonus videos next week. There's going to be a whole bunch of trailers, so there'll at least be that. While you guys wait for my next video to post, you can click here for my Flash episode 10 trailer. That's going to be Mirror Master, so much fun. And you can click here for the Star Wars video I posted last night. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.